Guys, welcome back to Becodewala. In this video, we are going to learn how to make a calculator using React. This is our React series and this is our project number 2. So in this project, we are going to build a calculator using React, and we are going to make this project with a less amount of code. And let's try our calculator. So let's do some calculation. So you can see that it's working fine. Let's do another calculation. So it's working fine. Let's try backspace. It's removing one digit from the last, and let's clear at once. So you can see that our calculator is working fine. So to make this, we are going to use React. So before that, we have to create a new file. So create a new folder, import it in our VS Code. After importing our VS in our VS Code, let's create our React app. So for that, npx create React app, and name of the app is calculator. So press enter, and after that it will start creating our React app. You can see that a calculator folder has been created, and in this we have a package.json and name of the project calculator, version, and the private is true. So in this package.json, all the packages which we are going to use in our project, that will be displayed here. So when you see, after a while, all the package will be displayed in this package.json. So in this project, we are also going to use something called React icons. So in React icons, we are going to use this backspace icon. You can see that this backspace icon I have used from the React icon. When you go to the React icon, when you search React icon, and will search this first GitHub page, React icon will be displayed. Search backspace. So you can see that we are going to import this icon in our project, and we are going to use. And one more thing, we are going to use Tailwind CSS. Go to the Tailwind CSS and go to the installation using PostCSS, and we are going to use these commands and run our project, and we are going to use this Tailwind CSS for our styling. So let's come to our VS Code. In VS Code, you can see that the node module folder has been created. In this, all the necessary files has been imported, and we will see in a while our package.json file will also be updated with all the packages which we need in our project. You can see that installing React, React DOM, React scripts, everything. So here you can see that our package.json has been updated, React DOM, React script, and some scripts inside this to start and build our project to test. And we have a readme file also, and we have a git ignore, and always put node modules in our git ignore, so that when we post our project on the GitHub, it should not be on the GitHub because it is very large file. So you can see that in terminal we are in new folder. So let's change our directory to calculator folder. So press enter, we are in calculator. So before running our React app, first install our tailwind css. So let's install tailwind css, and we will see here. I will show you. See, tailwind css has been imported. Now we don't have React icons here in our package.json. Now I will show you. It will install React icons. So let's see here React icons. See, React package has been, this 5.2.1 has been created in our project. So let's run our project, npm start. So it will run our project on the localhost 3000. You can see that it's running our project. Let's wait. So you can see that our React has app has been ready. So let's start with our project. We will create a new file in src file calculator.js. In this we will write all the working logics calculator.js. So in this, first of all we'll create the component calculator. You can see that imported React and we have a calculator, and in this we are returning this div calculator, but it's not showing calculator text here. So for that we have to import our calculator component in our app.js. So clear all this. We need to import calculator.js calculator dot. So our calculator component has been imported in our app.js. So let's check. So you can see that a calculator text has been appeared in our project. So now let's write our logic here. So before that we have to, I will show you. Here I have written the code for our calculator. So I will show you how we are going to build. So in return we have a 4 divs. So we are going to create, this is the one div, this is the second div, this is the third div. So I'll show you in our project. Here you can see there one div for the background, one div for the calculator 2, one for the input, and one for the this all the operator and other actions. So 4 div we are going to build. So this is for the background, this is for our calculator div. In this calculator div we have a input div, and after that we have another div for our all the numbers and operators. So let's style our project using Tailwind CSS. So I'll copy the style from here and I'll show you how I have. So here always write our CSS styling using class name. In Tailwind CSS we use class name to style our project. So let's paste it here. So here what I have been, so here display had been flex. When you see display flex item center, justify center. So item center should be justify and center will make our the project in the center. I'll show you. This div has been in center to make our child in center we have used, and here the minimum height is screen. And when you go to our Tailwind CSS, if you don't know the styling, search here like flex. So here we have a flex wrap, flex direction, and you can go and check out all the properties. Grid column, we are going to use grid also in our project. So go and check out, these are the simplest styling. If you don't know the Tailwind CSS, go and check out, it is very easy to learn. So let's save it and see. So nothing is displaying right now. So now come for another styling. So let's style our the calculator box. So for that this div we are going to use. So always write our style in our class name. So paste it here. In this we have a background white, padding, rounded, and shadow, and we have a width. So after that we have a grid. I will show you. So let's write class name, paste. So in our project you can see that we have a 1 2 3 4 grids, right? 4 button. So and remaining 2 are in the button. So we have a we are going to use grid column 4 columns should be there, you can see that. And gap is 4. And after this we have used what we have used. Sorry, this grip get should be in this div, not in this div. This is for the number and operators. And for our input we are going to use another style. So here we'll copy this style and paste it in our code. So these are the simple style you can customize by in your round. So for the margin bottom we have a 4, padding 4 from the all the side, background gray, and rounded text is from the right, and text to excel, and shadow inner. So you can say that the input showed from the right. So after this, in this is the div for the input box. The input box we can see that here 0 is there. So let's write the logic in it. So in this we are to write the logic, we use curly braces, then it will consider as a javascript. So write input or tag and 0. So in our input it will be, so it's not running because input is not defined. So let's define our input. So go above, and after the calculator component write const, and we are going to use useState, because when we are input something and we are doing some changes, right, and calculating, so we use state to handle our changes. So write input comma set input, and then write use state. So here we have to import use state in our project. So you can see that automatically use state has been imported from the React, and here in is nothing should be there. So now see our project. So here 0 is displaying, but we have to make this. So one more thing, in our project we have used, I'll show you something. So this is our calculator project that I built. In source we have an index, and in where it is index.css. So here it is. In this we have a use one css. I will give you the source code of this project on our GitHub. You can go and check it out. So go to index.css and remove this and paste it here, and you can see that I think we have not copied this. So go to the installation here using post css and copy this main.css we have not configured the tailwind also, so we have to initialize the tailwind also. That's why our style is not working. You can see that in our project our style is not looking on our project. So let's copy here. So let's initialize. So go to the calculator and let's initialize our tailwind css. So npx tailwind css init. So when we press, one file will be created. You can see that tailwind config.js has been created. Go to tailwind website and you will see that tailwind config.js. Copy this and paste it here. Now see our project is working or not. So it's still not working. So we'll see. Let's start our project again. npm start. So let's run our project on different portal. So I think we have not used the data. Let's import the data. So I'll provide the data that we are going to use. So these are the some data we are going to use in our project. So in source file create data.js and in this paste this data. So what is in this data? Here is the object in this array, and in this object we have a label. So 7 8 9. So these are the labels, that 7 8 9 4 5 6, this multiplication 4 5 6 and this multiplication. So these are the label we will use in our project, and here is the type should be number. So and here we have the backspace. So what is the backspace? This is the action, type action. So here is the multiplication operator sign, and here is the type should be operator, right? So these are the some data I have that we are going to use in our project. So that data has been created, and this data will be going to use in calculator.js. So let's import this data. Import dot slash data. So let's see. So it's not working. Let's do another. So here we have a buttons. So let's copy this button. Because we are going to use map function to get all the data. So let's paste it here and see buttons is not defined. So we'll see. So let's come to our project. Copy this, paste it in our project. I will give you the source code of this project and you can check out. Is it very easy? So buttons is not defined. Why buttons is not defined? Oh, wait. So we have to import here in data.js. We have a buttons, right? That buttons we have to import. Buttons. Here let's see the error. Buttons from data. Now see if a backspace is not defined. So let's import our backspace icon. Come to our project and paste it here, and let's So save it here and let's see, but styling is not working. So we will see why styling is not working. So here, because in index.css we have applied all the styling and we have not imported, right? So import index.css dot slash index.css. Let's see. So why it is not working? Dot slash index.css. Let's check this out. So let's go to app.js and we will move our index.js to now see. So now we can see that it's working fine because we have to import our not this index.css. In this we are going to import our, we move our index.css style to app.css, right? And after that we have to import it in our app.js. App.css file is imported in our app.js to install this component calculator, right? So let's see. So till here I have explained you. After this, in this grid column 4, the buttons, you can see that is appearing. This is our current project. So in this we are going to use map function to map over the buttons. So here in data.js we have a buttons, and in buttons we have a label and type. So the every data we are going to use in our button. So we have used only one button component, button tag. So why we have used one button tag? Because if we are in React, right? So when you copy paste same button tag many times for every button, so it is the breaking of the rule, dry rule, don't repeat yourself. So we have used only one button, and in this button tag we have to map all the data from the data.js using map function. So if you don't know map function, this is the javascript part. So if you don't know the map function, go and check the map function working. So map function will take one by one data, every data, the object. Here you can see that array of object. So this every object it is going to map. So buttons, we have imported here buttons. You can see that on these buttons we have a map function, and we have passed the button, and in button tag we have a key button dot label. So why we use key? So we use key to identify the specific element. So if you are clicking on 7, so the React should know which button we are clicking. It should render only this button, not this. So to identify each element we use key, and we will perform action on that particular element. And in this button we have a class name, so we are going to style using class name. So here we have a calculator button class, and this calculator button class we have used in our app.css at calculator button class. And in this we have applied some styling like background gray, hovering, rounded LG, padding, text excel, font, and transition, duration, hover, shadows. So these are the some styling we have used for our project, and this we have imported here the class name, and here we have written some javascript logic. If button is type equal to action. So in data go, button type is action. So let's see, here is the action. If button type is action, right, and button label equal to clear, and button label equal to clear, here is the clear. So what we want to do, background red 400 and hover with background red 500. And let's see another logic. So if button dot type equal to action and button label equal to backspace, so here button label to action and backspace, you can see that this object we are going to use. So this button type equal to action and button label equal to backspace, then we want background red 400 and hover 500. Similarly for the operator, if the button type equal to operator, so button type you can see operator, and that time our background will be yellow 400 and hovering 500. So this is the data.js. If you don't understand, this is the array of object, this is the javascript part, guys. So if you don't know, don't learn React without learning JavaScript. If you don't know this, go and learn, then come back and see our project. If you don't know, please learn. So here if the data button label equal to, then this CSS will be applied. And in this, one more thing we have to notice, in this we have used ternary conditional operator. So this is the conditional operator we used to say conditional operator in our React. If this thing happen, this thing will be applied. If nothing, here is the colon. If this thing will be not true, means if the button type is not action and button label is not clear, then this will be empty. Here you can see that nothing is in this quotation, and if this matches, then this thing will be applied. This is the color we are going to apply. So if you don't know the conditional, come to our React official website react.dev and learn React and see conditional. Where it is. So let's search directly on Google conditional operator in React. Conditional really, why it is not working? So I will show you where it is. So here you can see that here, if you don't use if else in the React, so instead of this we use conditional operator. When you go to this React website, you can see that here we use user is login, then write currently, otherwise not. So you can, this is conditional operator we have used. So this conditional operator we are going to use. So you have learned C or C plus, in that we use if and else. So instead of this we are going to use conditional operator, right? These are the simple JavaScript, guys. So if you know JavaScript, you will get to know very easily. And in this we have a on click event. When a user will click, what function will happen? Handle click button will be function, handle click button will be function will be. So in this function handle click function button dot label, so if button dot label equal to backspace, then this icon will be appeared, otherwise button dot label will be shown. So what will happen when user click on handle click the button label? Why we are using button label? Because you can see the type is number for the two different labels. but label is different. In every object label is different, but types are similar. So we have to use unique thing. So let's use button dot label. When the user will click so handle button function, this handle function we have used here, and this handle button function will get the value from the data.js. In this, if the value equal to backspace, and what value we are taking here, you can see that we are using button label. So button label value is equal to 7 8 9 backspace. So that value we are going to get from data.js. That value if backspace, then run this handle backspace function, and in handle backspace function you can see below every 10 set input. So here input, what input will be in our project. So here input will be what? So it will be input dot slice 0 comma -1. This is the starting and this is the -1. So why? So when you click on, one digit from the last has been removed. So you can see that one digit from the last has been removed. This is the function of the our backspace. So we are using slice to cut, to remove. What? Why we use slice? So I have started one JavaScript interview series. You can go to our GitHub. I'll show you github.com, and here I have started one JavaScript interview series, and in this I have shown you how you can use slice. So you can see that this is the JavaScript part slice, and it will return a subset of a new array from the original array. So after that we use else if. Here we are going to use else if because we have many conditions. So we are going to use else if. So here we have a value equal to clear, then handle clear function will be done. Then if value equal to, then this handle calculate function will be done. Then else set input equal to value, otherwise whatever the input will be there, that will be appear in our input box here. So let's see the handle clear. So here we have a handle clear. When you click on clear button, set input will be empty, means our this useState value. So whatever it is, it when you click on clear, it should be empty. So we are setting our input to empty. Whatever the changes we are going to make in our project, we use useState. These are the variable input, and this is the set input function. So we are setting our input to this empty. So you have is nothing here. This is our just a quotation, and when the backspace, thus it will slice one element. We So what is the use of slice? You have seen that it will create a new array from the original array. That array will be displayed in our input box, and this who will set that new array? The set input. The set input will fix the input box. So after that we have a handle calculate. So how we are going to calculate our functions? So here when a user, we are going to use try and catch. When input evaluation input, so it will check the input, so you press the correct input or not. So if input to string, so no need to write input to string. When we remove string also, it will working fine. So it will calculate. Here I'll show you. Here set input equal to input versus value. So that input whatever we are giving, that input, this input, and this when you click on, this value will be appeared here. And again we are going to give input, and then again we have some value. So input plus value. So whatever the input we are going to use, that plus value. So this is the I'll show you first clear. Let's do input, then this, then another input. Now it is become 5 is become value. Now this is the input, this operator. Now this is the value, so it will do calculation, and this set input will be whatever the calculation we have done here, that will be appeared here in our input. And if any error will be there, then set input equal to error. So let's do some error. Let's try to do some error. So you can see that the error is appearing. So if we are doing the wrong calculation, so this is the project we have built using React with the less amount of code. We have used map function to iterate over the every level and type. So hope you guys like our project. Subscribe the channel and don't forget to share with your friends. So thanks for watching. We'll meet in next video with a new amazing project, and I will upload the source code of this project on our GitHub. So don't forget to give a star on our GitHub project. And in the next React series we will come with the new project with the new concept. So thanks for watching.